Okay, I'm really excited for our guests today. Guests plural. We have a father-daughter duo coming today. David Taylor and Abby Taylor from Taylor Construction are going to tell us all about how their family business started and how it's grown and who gets along with who.
Yeah,
and
we're going to get all the family tea and drama. And
yes. Okay, me
Not
and my
really,
cousins.
but
No, that's my goal. Me and my cousins love to, I can say this because my cousins don't watch the show, I'm sure. They don't love me that much. But me and some of my cousins, we have like a secret cousin group text, and we'll be like, what's the family gossip? What's going on in the family? After every family function, like, okay, what crazy thing, especially if I can't go because I'm out of town, like, what's the family gossip from the last family function?
See, I'm the oldest in my family, so all my cousins are like 10, and I can't text.
Well, I'm hoping
Give us a couple of years.
I'm counting on Abby Taylor to give us all the family gossip.
I think she will. We'll see.
But more importantly, we're going to hear their story of entrepreneurial and small business success here in Troy. So let's bring them in.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Vault, Taylor family.
We are so happy to be here. We're excited.
We are so happy to have you. We have a daughter-father duo, Miss Abby Taylor and Mr. David Taylor here from Taylor Construction. We are going to hear all about their family business. I have so many questions, but first I just want to start with Mr. David. Can you tell us a little bit about what Taylor Construction is and how you guys got started?
Well, we are pretty much a full roofing and construction company. Got started back, I used to be a firefighter, and I got to refinishing hardwood floors at night, and one thing kind of led to another, and picking up odd jobs trying to feed the family, and the next thing you know, I'm to where I can't be a firefighter anymore. But it still was a very small company, It's just kind of evolved with the help of all my family, of course. And once they started coming in, they kind of blew it all up. And they changed the dynamics.
Good way?
Oh, yeah. A very good way. Yeah.
So when you started here in Troy,
Mm-hmm.
what year was Taylor Construction officially founded?
Pretty much established in 90, but my first construction job was when I was 12.
Okay.
Then my parents kind of retired early, and when they retired, they went to buying real estate in Troy, and God bless them, they never bought a house that didn't have to be renovated. I mean, everything was either flooded or burned or rotten down, and they had a little good, reasonable labor with their son, So,
But say you must have been too good.
well, we had to get pretty good. It just kind of never stopped, and I'm blessed to, had my parents to kind of lead the way in hard work, and it was just hard. I mean, things were so much different then than now.
Yeah. What was so hard?
It was so manual, and
Yeah.
it was hard, long hours, and we'd work till the wee hours of the morning, and they had to get the house rented. So the quicker they could get it done, the quicker it could be on the rental market. And so we pretty much went from can to can.
Yeah.
So they were renting these houses.
Mm-hmm. They were renting them. Yeah, when they got started, they didn't really stop for a long time. I don't know, I think they got up around 50 or 100. I don't know, I don't remember, but it was a lot of houses.
Wow.
Yeah, Troy was a lot different. There wasn't many apartment complexes like there is now, so the rental market was really good around the university.
Yeah. So how have you seen, so you've done clearly a lot of work, construction work here in Troy. How have you seen Troy evolve and grow?
Troy has grown tremendously. I mean, this market's been kind of growing. I hadn't seen a stop in Troy's growth since I started.
Was there a moment when you realized this is a huge opportunity for me to grow a business?
I don't think I was that smart. My wife was, she was struggling trying to get out of the school system, and she was wanting to, I think she had more of a vision of the family dynamic, and we kind of took a leap of faith because I think she had 17 years in the system when she walked out. And I had 18 years in the fire service when I walked out. So, I mean, there we were with no retirements and kind of having to figure it out, and it's kind of like one thing led to another. And, by far the smartest move was her coming aboard. And after that, just somehow we had enough sense Abby was working a little job, and I don't know, I guess we wanted our hands on Abby, but we never knew in our wildest dream what Abby was going to bring to the table.
Okay.
Nobody could see that coming. I could have told that story 10 years ago, and I don't know, it wouldn't have been the same story.
It was definitely it wasn't my first intention to definitely go into the family business. I went to Troy, went a couple semesters, and honestly just could not figure out what I wanted to do. And when they were like, we want you to come on to the family business, I was like, trying to find every, I have something, I just don't know. And Mom started in 2018, and then I started in 2019, and I started with no office help, and I was doing, everything me and Mom were, and now I have office help. We're borderline needing other office help, and it's definitely a family. It takes everybody. Like when John David isn't doing the hunting business, he's helping on the construction and roofing crew, and we're blessed that we can all work together and just make it work. We love it.
John David's your brother.
John David's my brother.
We did have to separate Abby and the mama.
Yes. We had to switch offices. We're a little too much alike.
Now we're getting
It was kind of like Tyson and Ali. We had to do a separation there. There was punches.
We were a lot alike, and she taught me everything I know, from scheduling to, I carry 2 phones, and so I answer the phones and stuff, and, it's hard to take criticism, from someone, especially, when it's your mom, and, we used to fight over, hair dryers and, getting ready in the mornings and stuff, so it was definitely hard to take criticism from, Mom, but the things that she brought to the company, just her being in the school system, with Excel and paperwork, and just learning how, because he ran everything out of his truck and Dollar General bags.
Extremely
organized. He was so organized, and so now I think that we just had to find a system. It got to where we were slammed. He went from doing this out of his truck and bags, taking us to school in the mornings to here we are. We need more help. It's just awesome. It's really crazy to see.
I bet you knew where everything was in your truck, though.
No, I didn't. Oh. I could lie, but it was very bad.
He used to do it by himself. That's what he'll come in and tell me and Miss Nancy, our office lady. He'll be like, y'all do know that I did this myself, and we're like,
every bit. Okay.
Every bit. Okay,
I was a one-man show.
Was there ever a time where you thought to yourself, I want to be an entrepreneur?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't know. It just kind of happened. I don't think I was that smart. It was the good Lord for real.
Mm-hmm. I love stories like this because a lot of times we hear from students, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be my own boss and do my own business. But a lot of stories like yours is, I started doing this, I got really good at it, and my business started, I got more and more clients, and then the opportunity grew from there. And all of a sudden you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah. When did you know that it was time to take off of firefighting and go full time?
Well, I think there was, of course, the work, I could see that, I had enough work. And plus, I was missing things with my family. It was, with the fire service, you worked Christmases and just all the holidays and missing some ball games. And I don't know, I just wanted to be with them. It was very important to me. But it was scary. Oh, it was scary because here it is, you're the one that's supposed to be feeding your family. And what if this doesn't work? And, and just the thought of failing is terrifying, I just never could put my hands around failing. And I felt like I had people watching, and, there was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But you can't show it. When you under that kind of pressure, even during the money pinches, and Lord, how many thousand money pinches there's been through it all. And I could never let the family know.
We never, I never knew, like, what he, like, doing what he did, you know, and, like, I was a kid, and, like, I saw him, like, taking us to school, you know, answering the work phone, like, having, like, estimates and stuff, like, it's just crazy, like, how far we've come, because, like, I've, like, seen the whole full circle, you know, like, I've seen, like, the truck, and, you know, like, him working out of his truck, and us not knowing, like, that there was problems with the job, and, like, seeing what all the problems, like, that the business goes through, like, on a daily basis, you know, and, like, as a kid, I never knew, you know, and, like, good for him. Like, he did awesome.
It went from pretty much all the spotlight being on me to where now I tell everybody I am by far our weakest link. By far. By far. Anybody else in my position would be fired because I'll run and, you know.
He'll run from me. I can't go nowhere. I cannot walk out of the office.
I'm not a great employee. And Abby runs me, boy.
So I'm about to draw a family tree. So we've got David, and then we've got Abby, and then John David works for y'all too. So who else? What does the team look like?
Well, you got to throw Michelle off that tree.
All right, Michelle.
That's
Lord.
That's my mom, his wife.
Okay.
And then we have a 17-year-old.
His name's Grant.
And he is as important as John David or Abby or.
And, you know, like, I think it's, like, a super, like, we want to be sure that we're always taking a step further, but also remembering, like, at the end of the day, it's not about, you know, the money. It's about, you know, a relationship. If you have a problem, he has put this in my head my whole life. A problem is something money can't fix. You know, you're not perfect, but when you have a problem, you answer the phone, you go with your hat in your hand, and you fix it. I mean, we're not perfect, and we don't claim to be perfect, but if we ever have a problem, we know about it. I mean, we're gonna make it right. You know.
Are you the HR manager?
Yeah. What is your title?
I want to know what everyone's title.
Until it's something she don't want to deal with.
And I'm like,
and your daddy.
you know, I guess, like, I would be office manager. I answer the phone. I schedule. I write the estimates. I go collect money. I invoice. And, you know, Miss Nancy, which she works in the office with me. I cannot do nothing without her. Like, I look through.
Is Nancy a family member?
No, she's
okay.
but
she is.
She basically family. I could not do my job with, like, she is my right hand woman. Like, I could not do my job without her. Like, I look at every number that comes through our office. You know, like, I see everything that comes out, whether it's a gas receipt. Like, people at Townsend, because I used to, you know, let people, like, buy drinks and stuff. Well, I'm the one that sees everything going out. So when Dad buys a water, he's like, "Don't tell Abby that I bought a water." Like, he'll tell Townsend. I'm like, I'm not that bad.
But she is.
But, you know, I see, you know, like, Miss Nancy gets everything together for me. You know, I've got to see where we're at. Like, hey, we have a job budget, and we have this much in material and this much in labor, y'all, and we've been here a month. Like, we have to make profit. You know, we have a lot of mouths to feed, and we have somebody looking at us, so we need to, and we're not perfect, and sometimes we start stuff, and, like, it's like pulling teeth to get it finished, I feel like, but it's just, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just business. Like, unless you're in the business world, and it's just hard to get something completed sometimes. Like, it's just really hard to get all the ends tied. It
a
really
lot
is.
of days are very, very hectic. Very hectic. And those things that get said, and, oh, goodness gracious, Abby gets to going off, and she gets everybody's attention when Abby gets to going.
Yes,
the only one that Abby can't get is the mama. No, Michelle, she's done a great job.
Yeah.
She has done a great job of Abby knowing that she can't go do that.
And, you know, that's why kind of me and Mom, like, you know, like, she has her office, and, like, I have mine in 2 different buildings. You know, because we're both, like, so much alike. So I think that is, like, we work really good. Like, we just all work so good together. And I do get on everybody, but I just, at the end of the day, it's my last name on the back of the shirt, and I don't have a college degree. And I want this to be like Grant. Like, we want to, where I was going a few minutes ago, we want to grow enough, but also remember who we are. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, we have to have enough, and I want to add on enough to the business to where, like, he's going to have a salary, and we want to continue to grow, and we want him, if he wants to be a part of the business, like, obviously we're not, like, making him, but, you know, like, he wants to be a part of the family business, like, especially with the hunting, the Covey Point Outfitters, like, it takes everybody to make it happen. Like when we're not, even like we're working during the day, during hunting season, me and him are cooking, and like I'm answering the work phone, and like we're writing estimates, and Miss Nancy's trying. Like it literally takes every single person, and we could not do anything without our crews. Like some people have problems with people not showing up, and we are so blessed. Like they want to work. Like,
we don't have turnover with our workers.
They're upset because sometimes we don't work on the weekend. Like on Saturdays, and we cannot do anything without them. Honestly,
that speaks a lot about the culture that you guys have created.
I mean,
like clearly, it's a family atmosphere. You take care of your people. They show up to work for you.
I mean, we don't like
They take as much pride in it. One of them introduces himself as Rooster Taylor.
Like literally, Haley owns Sip, so Haley calls me the other night and was like, Rooster Taylor just put an order in, and it just like made your heart stop because he's been in my life since like I was like 12. So, and now like I'm his boss. Like Dad says, he got me grown, and now I'm his boss. And I wouldn't say I'm his boss. Like I know what it takes. Like I know what it takes like to keep everything running, and I don't want to like open my Facebook and like somebody bashing me because like I take it to heart. Like that is one bad thing about the family, but not bad, but it's hard to find a stopping, like a turning off point. Like even when you get home, like I'm scheduling Facebook posts or like. Yeah. I carry the work phone, so like I think it's hard. So and Mom gets so upset with us because like we'll be out to supper or lunch, and all we talk about is business, and it's not a bad thing. But like she's like, or even like at church, so like even at church sometimes like I'll have something come to my mind, and like I'll ask him. I don't know. It's just definitely hard to find like the stopping point, like the turn off point for the business mind.
I do kind of worry sometimes, or kids if possible to burn them out. Here it is watching John David and Abby with serious pressure. I mean, real, like, as grown-up pressure. It's as grown-up can get. And here it is. I had pressure at their age, but it was a different pressure. It was more of a just hard work. That was all we knew, and a lot of success didn't come from it. Just more of a hand-to-mouth. And I do worry that could I be burning them out. But I'm also, on the other hand, seeing that, gosh, they've done it now, and they're really good with their money, and now they own land more than one spot, and they're fixing to build spec houses and things that, how in the world would you ever make me believe that someone at 21 and 24 could be strong enough to stand on their own feet?
It's because they ingrained it in us our whole lives. I think that... like he does like worry about us getting burned out and stuff. But the way that I look at it is, I don't have a college degree, and not that like that bothers me, but I just always want to be sure, like I want to be successful, and I want to be sure that like I'm always, like taking a step forward in life, and like making the right decisions. And so like I truly don't know where I would be if like I wasn't. I love talking. I mean, y'all know that. I mean, like, I love to talk, and, I get to meet people. Like, my job is to answer the phone to strangers and make them feel comfortable because they're about to trust me with, like, most of the projects that we do, or, like, it's not $1,000. Like, they're about to trust me with thousands of dollars and with their home. And I want to be sure that, like, I love talking to people. I want to be sure that they're comfortable and that they have a good experience. And have we had bad experiences? Yes, but it goes back to a problem, something money can't fix. And if you do the right thing, and you just
one of the worst experiences that I had in the roofing business is now one of our best, most repeat customers.
It was my first year, and we made a bad decision on, like you always want to, roof. Like, it had been raining, and we hadn't been able to roof much, and it was like a little chance of rain, and, we pulled the trigger. Like, we wanted to make, money, like, not just make money, but, like, we needed to work.
Yeah.
Because there are other people, the crews aren't making money either. Mm-hmm. So everybody was, and we did. And
it came a flood.
I took a phone call, and, oh, God bless me, I like to have died.
What happened?
Well,
It's
we
right.
thought we had it really, really dry, and it was just a weird,
We were
kind of a
re-roofing
weird
it.
build, and we had made like the leaf gutter commercial.
And so it flooded we had to tear out a whole bedroom and bathroom and
Oh, wow.
but that was my first year. Like I had not been in the business, not even a year. Like I'm still trying to, figure all this out and like to watch the way that I don't remember like a situation that was as nerve wracking as that, because you have this homeowner that literally we just flooded their home. Literally, like we just flooded like their clothes, like everything,
And the neighbors getting to see the restoration
Yeah.
trucks in the front yard.
And we were just
right
roofing
next
it.
to our roofing sign,
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
And now,
Scary.
I watched him like we tore it out. We have a construction company too, so it worked out perfect. So we brought the construction company in, and I mean, we fixed it, we cleaned, and I think that just taught me like, God forbid if something ever happens to him, like I always like call him, like want to talk to him, like and just shows that you fix it. You don't run away from the problem.
No.
You just, like it fixes it. At the end of the day, we have done jobs for them, for their business, and just for them to call us back, to trust us again after, we made a mistake. I mean, hat in our hand, like a mistake and a big one, and like they were, now were they happy? No, but they were so kind. But that was also like a learning moment for us. And just to
if it was
lesson.
easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's incredible. They're still huge customers of yours.
Huge, yeah.
So I feel like most people understand. I mean, I understand that's a big mistake and stressful for everyone. But most people understand that not everybody's perfect. Even business owners make mistakes sometimes. But if you build the relationships and treat them like you fix it, that can be the game changer in the success.
Also in this family tree, that somebody we've forgotten to mention is Mr. Ricky.
Ricky,
Yes, Ricky.
Mr.
Ricky.
We got off to a different.
Mr. Ricky
I know, we-
is
we-
And
his
so, Mr. Ricky, that's my granddaddy, and that's Michelle's dad. He was in the National
There it
Guard.
he was Sergeant Major.
So yes,
Wow.
Mhm.
and just God bless him, y'all. We're so blessed to have him. Like he works so hard,
Unbelievable.
just
Work
and
ethic.
knowledge,
Uh,
and just his faith too. Has been like he's a blessing. It takes everybody, and it scares me, because like it's all a family thing. So if something happens to us in the family, it affects me like business, family, emotionally. Like I'm gonna be, it's like a disaster because I lean on all of these people because I'm the one, getting the phone calls. Like I'm the one getting the phone calls, like when Mr. Ricky and Sweetheart doesn't finish something over here, So I just,
I know, I was calling you.
I know,
Mr. Ricky. I said, where's Mr. Ricky?
Where is Mr. Ricky? So I get that a lot, and God bless them. We're all getting pulled so many different directions, but we've got to do what we say we're going to do. That's why we have checklists and sticky notes, and it's hard sometimes, but when you tell somebody that we're going to be there, that's why I get. If you want to make me upset, let's plan something and let's not show up. And I forget sometimes too, but again, it's our last name.
Mm-hmm.
When I walk out, and, we get, she's with Taylor Construction and Roofing, and I want us to be, someone in the community that if they have a problem with anything, hey, call Abby, let's call Taylor Construction. We can find, we want to be someone we can find help for. We want to help the community. So
I feel like y'all do such a good job of just exactly what you're saying, just making people feel comfortable because. So Taylor Construction did some work for us here at the Idea Bank. For our listeners, if you come in, you'll see we ripped out the old bank teller stations. Taylor Construction did all of that work. So that's when I got to know Abby. I got to know Mr. Ricky through that process. But I feel like I've known y'all for years, and that was really only a couple months ago.
literally,
Like maybe a month.
Not even a couple months, like 1 month ago. And, there was some stuff we had to change. the measurements were a little off or something like that, and it was just not even a big deal. It was just like, oh, Mr. Ricky I feel like he just like gave me
Every
a hug
day
and was
he
like,
we're
we'll
gonna
get
take
it
care
done.
of you. We're taking care of you. And that was his thing, and that was so comforting. On the other side of things, you know, it was like, they're taking care of us, and, you know, it made us feel seen.
Yeah.
Well,
It
I
was
was
awesome.
always, I was like, what about Miss Lynn? Like, an idea being like, I was like, I love her so much, and like, she's in my B&I meeting, and I was like, you've got to like, we got to get this done. Like, we have a deadline, and so I think that everybody was tired of hearing me say Miss Lynn and the idea bank by the end of that, because I wanted just to make sure it was perfect. You know, I wanted to make sure it went smoothly.
And it did, and it looked amazing.
Thank you,
and
Lord.
Everything's great. So we thank you for that. Okay, I want to go back to something else I said earlier about burnout. Have you, David, or Abby, or has anyone said the words, I feel burnt out?
No, they just keep grabbing. They'll grab.
Yeah.
They're tough, I promise
I
you. The crowd on that piece of paper you've written down on that tree are some tough people.
I don't know how to explain it, because like like I said earlier, like I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. Like, truly couldn't. And I sometimes fuss about the work phone, but like, you could not pull the work phone out of my hands, like, and let somebody else answer it, because you know, like, I'm their first impression. Like, I'm the first impression they hear, and I just want to make them feel comfortable. And you know, when I send them out there, like, I'm like, if you don't get this job, don't come home. Like, and I'm like playing, you know, but like,
She's not playing.
I might not be playing.
She's not playing. She can act like she's playing, but Abby's not playing.
I just like, I know what his potential is, and he knows what he's talking about, and he's the best. And I'm biased, but he really is, and he's honest. And just go. I need you to be honest. I want them to feel like, hey, this was my mom's house. I'm gonna take care of this just like it was mine or my mom's house. And so I feel like I couldn't imagine getting burned out, because it's just like a family. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, I just want to continue to grow it, but I don't want to get too big and not remember where we come from either. So I don't know how to explain. Like, I have a passion for it.
Being tired and being burnt out are two very different things. And most times people get burnt out because they're doing something that they don't love, that they're not passionate about. And so, you know, you might say the words burnt out, and just, this is my moment of wisdom, listeners. If you feel like you're burnt out, then maybe you need to do a little deep dive of like, am I in the job? Am I doing what I want to do and I'm meant to do? Because, like, for me, I get tired. Like, there are definitely days where I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so exhausted. But, like, then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we keep going because we love what we do. And that's why you guys aren't burnt out, because everyone is so happy, and it might get stressful and you might be exhausted, but you keep going.
I just truly couldn't imagine. And, you know, when John David graduated, and he always loved to hunt, so when we brought him Covey Point, like, I don't think that we understood, like, what all we were doing, because when John David is doing the hunt, like last week, he was out of town. Dad, we had rental properties at the beach too, so he was down there getting windows installed, and so we had hunts all last week, so me and John David, you know, got to see what it was like without, you know, Mom and Dad being there. And, you know, like, Mom's the one that writes the checks. Well, I get everything ready, but I don't see how much time it takes, you know, going into, like, sitting down, writing all the checks, writing all the bills that go out. And so when we had to cook for the hunts, and I still had, you know, estimates that needed to get done. And, you know, like, I have homeowners upset with me because, you know, I'm like, okay, we'll be here Wednesday. Well, Wednesday we had to hunt. And so, you know, I call and let the homeowners know, and then, like, I'm cooking, I'm answering the phone. You know, the woman, God bless her, she had every right to be upset with me. She's like, where's your dad? I want to talk to your dad. She's like,
no.
She's like,
he's at the beach.
I was like,
you're like, actually, I'm in charge here.
I'm trying. And she was upset with me because we hadn't come out there, and, like, I completely get it, but in reality, and I'm like, she didn't know, you know, like, she has no idea, but, like, you know, like, we're trying to, I have estimates that need to get, I need to have estimates that I need to get measured. John David's hunting, I need material taken to a job, I've got to pick up a check, like I've got to deposit money so my check's clear that I do right. So it just takes everybody, like all my helpers at the office, like it just literally takes everyone.
Okay, you keep talking about the hunts.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Covey Point. How does that work into, is that a second business
Yes.
that your family started? Tell us what that is.
You want to?
Seems like everything we start is hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. I mean, I can figure out things, but this always takes the hard. It's the hard work.
But he's the one that puts these ideas. He'll like John David loves to hunt, so he's like, we should do like a hunting outfitter, and then Mom's a businesswoman, so she's like, oh yes, and then he's the one that kind of like pushes it on us, and then here we are with all the jobs, and then like he's just sitting back like talking to the customers, and we're like, Dad, like, come on, you, like, this is your idea.
He's the visionary.
Yeah.
You guys gotta make it happen.
We'll be making homemade biscuits.
Man, like, I'm, like, on the work, like, my 2 phones, and, like, we're making, I don't know, it just, so Covey Point started, 4 years ago?
4 years ago.
When John David graduated.
We sent him to North Dakota. Had an opportunity. We realized this was happening, so we sent him to North Dakota for about 3 or 4 months.
To train bird dogs.
To train bird dogs and get horse training, and because he guides off of a horse, and it is the craziest thing to watch go down. See the people come out, stay in our lodge. I mean, who in the world could dream one day that we'd have a lodge?
And the lodge is the house so what he didn't tell you, 2008, we built the house that is now our lodge, and he chased a storm. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of go ahead and kind of
chase the storm, and me and a partner, we buddied up Wade Sanders, and we did a storm, and but when I came back,
wait, chased a storm.
Like,
I'm talking like
roofing out of town.
Oh, okay.
Like a hurricane come through, and so like we went to help. Like that.
I got you.
And
I'm picturing like Twister over here. Like.
We come back and we'd made good money. So, and in the meantime, I'm 40 years old, and we come up pregnant with Grant, and we were living in a 1-bedroom pool house. It's another story, but anyway, we had 9 months to get a house built, and that house is now what's become our lodge.
Wow.
Because I saw that coming, so we picked out a spot on the river and built a house.
A mile off the road.
On the edge of the river, Conecuh River. Built it out of all reclaimed wood. We tore down every chicken barn.
Wow.
And, when Covey Point kind of become an idea, the lodge, that was a house that I grew up in since I was, a second grader. And we had the pool house, which is literally like you have the lodge, you have the pool house. So we grew up in the pool house first, a 1-bedroom house. Then, the lodge got built. So Mom, about this time, Mom was wanting to quit the school system. We had the pool house that, was just kind of like the pool house. We didn't do nothing. And so we're like, Mom's like, we're going to do Airbnbs in Goshen, Alabama now, okay? Yeah. And we're about to build a house and move to the river. And I'm like, oh gosh, they have lost their minds. Like, we're truly lost their minds now. And so, so the B&B started, Covey Point started the lodge. So, now we have 11 Airbnbs, and the university has such a tremendous part in those because, you have people that come from the cities that come to stay in our properties that have never seen the stars. Like, they've never been somewhere without street lights. So, It's just crazy.
We keep little books on the property, and promise you, every third page you read is someone mentioning the stars.
Because they've never, So, it's just, now, the Airbnb, so Covey Point, getting back to Covey Point, it's just crazy, because I grew up in that house, so I sometimes drive by, and I'm like, I'll see strangers there, and I'm like,
what are they doing?
What are they doing in my house? I need to go home. It's just weird, but it's honestly a God thing, because I said, don't know what I do. I was in college, dropped out. I did, but I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I told her mama, I said, she's failed.
We
got her grades, and she had A's. I was like, my goodness. What?
I honestly, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and I could not imagine, especially how we've grown as a business, trying to, juggle school and, doing, my family business. Kudos to everybody that, has a full-time job and that, goes to school, because I could not imagine. And I just love what I do. I love, like, I go meet strangers every day. And I go pick up thousands of dollars for them with work that we just did. Like, I literally am going up to their house with a folder and their T-shirts, and I'm knocking on the door.
And a magnet.
And I go around the yard and I'm magneting, because I'm checking behind everybody to be sure that I don't need to get on to anybody.
And she finds about 6 nails. She's taking pictures and sending out.
She's writing people out. Writing your pink
I can show you little pictures of Abby's hands.
One nail.
Well, like, you have people that, I found 7 nails and y'all just roofed my house. And, like, I get it. Like, but I'm tearing off thousands. And I just, and God bless the guys, they're looking in the same place. I have 8 men. It's a very well-oiled machine. We do about 45 squares a day, which is a pretty big house. And so, they're looking at the same place. And I just feel like even sometimes they can make mistakes because they're working all day. They're looking at the same thing, and you're looking at nails like they get overlooked. And I do stay on them because at the end of the day, I am paying them to do a job. But I also understand that, like, people can make mistakes. But I just want to be sure when we leave that they have the best experience. And, we'll have I know this is going to be crazy, but, just like some of the complaints, people kind of feel weird about telling me about the complaints. But I always tell them, like, I can't fix it unless I know. So this is so little, but last week we roofed a house and the guys, I guess, ate chicken wings for lunch. Well, some of them, instead of putting the chicken wing back in the box, they just threw it on the ground, which you wouldn't think would be, like a huge deal. Well, it is, like, if a little dog gets into it or something. Yeah. Well, when I went to collect, the woman was she was so nice, and she wasn't trying to, be rude or anything, but, she was just letting me know, like, like a little dog could have got hurt, just let the guys know not to throw the chicken wing on the ground. And I know that sounds crazy, but, I could have got the phone call, hey, my dog just passed away because there was just little things like that. I don't think that people understand, like, what all goes into just, like, making a business, like, flow smooth. Like, literally a chicken wing could have ruined, like, their whole experience with Taylor Construction. And I just am so thankful that she said something to me. Like, yes, did I feel weird? Because I'm sitting at her dining room table, collecting, asking her if she's happy. Like, what are some things that I can fix? And, like I said, it's hard to take criticism, but just something like a chicken wing.
She passed it on about the chicken wing.
I did. Like, I texted them. And I'm sure that the guys think, like, I know this girl is not texting me about a chicken wing.
Did she not look and see how good that roof
Did
looked?
she not see? And,
we didn't break a flower. We did not break one flower.
How would I say on it? But I just feel like, people don't understand all a chicken wing could mess up somebody's experience, literally. So I just, that's why when we show up somewhere, when we're doing something, even with the hunting experience, like, like they're showing up to get a good meal and to have a good experience. And I hope when they leave that they feel like they've known us forever and that they are so full that they can't hunt, because that means that me and you did a real good job cooking. And I just...
We put our heart in it.
Yeah, and I don't think that you can get burn out on something like when you do put your heart in it, because... Like, it's just like Taylor Construction, they laugh at me because they're like, I'm like, that's my baby. I'm like, that is my little baby, like, because, like, that's, like, I want my kids one day, like, I pray, if it's in the Lord's will, like, that my kids want to, like, be a part of the family business one day, because guess what? I don't have a college degree, and it has gotten me, like, I've been blessed enough to, I would have nothing, because my parents, I'm so blessed because you saved your money, you worked hard, like you knew your manners, like you talked to people. And I think when I moved out, because, me and Mom were like button heads, but that was the best thing for me, because I had to put my big girl pants on. And
that was a show in itself.
They didn't, I mean, it was just a mess,
Do you know your manners?
Do I?
Yeah, because before we started, you said we might be needing to put the
I know.
bleeps on.
He's okay.
They've coached me for 3 days on what I could and couldn't say.
It was like, you better be on your best behavior today.
I'll record the conversation when we get out of here. I'll let you know how I did.
We'll put it in the end.
Yeah, I've got notes over here, mental notes. I'm gonna get him after this.
So David, Abby is talking about how she hopes her kids one day get into the family business. What does that mean for you? Like, how do you feel about that?
It makes you cry. It really does. It makes you cry. I don't know. My kids, I don't know. I'm blessed so much better than I deserve. It's just crazy. I couldn't have dreamed it up. Literally couldn't dream it up, though. From watching her answer the phone to watching John David climb on his horse and take a crew hunting.
And he can also climb on top of a roof and do whatever.
And we don't mention it enough, but little Grant, I mean, my God.
He does whatever.
I see most kids in the summers play on iPhones, and Grant never gets a chance to sit down.
Is he pretty bought into it? I mean, you're bought into
so
it,
bought in.
John
I mean, he just does whatever, and everybody wants a Grant. Everybody, Daddy, I tell John David before, I want me one of them, you know.
That's the baby, you know.
Somebody I can boss around, and I don't know. You couldn't dream it up. It's just, it's real spiritual.
All right, so Thanksgiving. How are you going to make sure you don't talk about business?
See,
Oh,
we
Lord.
get in trouble.
When we get in trouble, yeah.
And my work phone will be ringing on Thanksgiving, so I mean,
is Michelle like, stop?
But she's on
We're
her
bonding
phone.
as a family.
But she's on her phone as much as anybody because
Being
of
Airbnb.
doing the Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
So she's 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
She's the front desk.
but you know, like, you know how he said like that, you know, like we've been able to buy properties and like go into like, you know, like make investments. I would call them investments, you know. When I did move out, you know, I always remember he was like, you can rent something or you can pay your own mortgage. And so like I started renting and I was like, okay, you know, like, you know, I'm not going to get this money back. I'm not paying for something that's mine. So you know, some people aren't blessed enough to have somebody like pushing you. Like they were pushing me to always, you know, like in the back of my head to make like the good business decision. And so I feel like I always tell them like, it's like, you know, when I've got a little bit of money saved up, because he's be like, you want to go buy this lot over here? And I'm like, are you going to feed me?
I keep her broke. I promise you, I keep Abby broke.
Too many good ideas, right?
But I don't, you know, like, and that is one thing, you know, he went about like the retirement, you know, we don't have a retirement. So, you know, like my investments, like that is, I look at it as my retirement and the Airbnbs and us, you know, like me wanting this for my kids and like my family, like it's a family affair. Like I want, like this is what feeds us. There's a lot of mouths. Like I have an 8-man roofing crew. There's a 6-man construction crew, another 6-man construction crew, a paint crew, sheetrock, like the office ladies. Our family of 5, not counting us, and Mr. Ricky. I mean, there's just so many people, like, and you sit back and you think, like, okay, he went from something out of his truck, and, you know, like, us really only doing small things to, like, holy moly, we're feeding over 30 mouths, like, 30, you know, people, and there's families, and it's crazy, and, you know, just to always, something that he don't want to give himself credit for, but they always taught us to give. And it'll come back and multiplied. And that's so hard for me because, you know, like I love my money. I'm not greedy by any means. That's not what I'm saying, you know, but it's just.
She's frugal.
I am, you know.
She's frugal.
I am. And I just.
She have one chicken wing left over. I'm taking
it home with me. I don't know. And that is something like I feel like we would not be where we're at today as a family, as businesses, if they didn't give. And just we're not perfect people by any means, but like selfless, like just to be like put somebody else before you. Like, how can you help somebody and it not be about you? I like that. And you know,
a lot of people can say what she's saying, but I get to watch it. and she's not even exaggerating that.
She
may be she's under it.
Yeah.
You feel like Abby has taken the business to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Can't fathom where to go.
What do y'all think is kind of the biggest testament to the growth of the business? Is it just like how did you continue to get projects and work and clients? Is it the demand? Is it just the quality of work? Is it the family? What do you think is the biggest thing?
And I'm sure we've had some people that watch this that have had a terrible experience because we're not perfect. We have made so many mistakes. I feel like word of mouth, like when I came onto the business, I had a foundation. He don't want to give himself credit, but I had everything there. Like I had the foundation. I had the people calling, like sometimes like when people start a business, like they have, he might not have phone calls for 3 weeks. And so word of mouth, I think that, was he perfect by any means? Like before we all came into the family? No, but I think that he did what he said he was going to do. And I think that he did quality work. I really do. I know he did, because we would not be here 34 years later. If not, I think it's word of mouth and quality. And and the Lord.
The Lord, man.
The Lord. And
number one, that's the truth. The closer I live for the Lord, absolutely the better things go.
Because all this, started off as like a leap of faith when he, quit the fire station. He didn't have, and I was a kid. I had no idea, and I never thought that I never, graduated high school. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go sit on my butt, be dad, be the, dad's money, the family business. Like everybody thinks that, like daddy's money, like your daddy's girl.
Yeah,
I had one of the guys that doesn't work for us anymore. He texted me. He was not happy with me. And, I show up to the jobs, I take material and I get out and kind of look around everything. And he just told me that I was just daddy's money and I just got to do whatever I wanted to do. And I was like, it hurt my little feelings.
That's offensive.
It's like, I take everything to heart, and I'm like, you thought that about me? Like, I'm just trying to, you just show up for work. I don't know what I did so wrong. But I just think that, he saw me drive, the truck and, me answering the phone and, wearing, not wearing the work clothes and being in the office. And I am so thankful that I am not on top of the roof when it is 95 degrees. But also, there's a lot of things that go into my job and the office work that they have no clue about. Just how there's things that go into their job and his job and Mr. Ricky's job and John David and Mom's job that I have no clue about. So it definitely, we cannot do anything without our crews, the teams, and Towns and ABC Supply, just everybody that helps us. That we're
it seems
nothing.
like nobody we deal with is like a working relationship. It's more like a friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we pick up the phone and like our ABC rep, Jody Kent. I mean, I don't consider, he's just family.
He's he's family.
Gosh, I don't know why he wouldn't quit us with some of the things we ask him to do. Why you still put up with us, Jody?
I mean,
Man, I'm out of shingles. Can you bring me one
please
bundle?
bring me
it's
one
Friday
bundle.
afternoon, 4:30. Oh, I'd love to, man.
You have a lot of people. We're nothing. We're the
We
ones
really
with the
are.
last name, and people just think because I answer the phone, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but you manage all the books and make sure
I try
you're
to.
green.
I try
and you
to.
built everything. You guys.
Jamie, do you know Jamie? His brother Taylor.
Yes.
Jamie, you know Jamie
Lindsay's-
Taylor.
Lindsay's
Lindsay.
husband.
That's
Oh my! I did not put that together.
So
Jamie is your brother.
Jamie is my brother, my baby brother.
Yes.
I raised him.
You ready?
Yeah.
I raised Jamie.
And
We
so
gotta get
Jamie
Jamie in
now,
here.
Jamie now works with us. It's crazy. It is crazy. But he calls me. I eat stuff with Uncle Jamie and stuff all the time. So I come in the other day and, I've kept him busy all day. He's been at my, my housing authority working for me, and he sits me down and we're eating supper. He's like, it's about time for David to retire. I'm like, Uncle Jamie, you and Dad both can nip this in the bud. he's just getting started. Like, I'm just getting the good out of him. Like, I'm like, Dad, I need you to show up and come get your list and not run from me. I don't need to come find you. And bring me back I tell him my ingredients, because I know that's funny, but like, I'm giving you the address, I'm giving you the homeowner's name. I need my ingredients so I can make the estimate. I need you to bring me my measurements. I need you to, I can't do my job if I don't have,
And Daddy, please take a picture and put it in AccuLinks, and God bless me. Y'all remember earlier I said I'm the weakest link because I don't do it. And every time she talks nasty to me, I guess, yes, I understand.
I thought we weren't going to talk about this. I thought we weren't going to talk about this on the podcast. We're in the ball, Dad. Whoa.
She talked nasty to me.
Well, okay. I think that, I wouldn't say it's nasty. I would say, it's a stern talking to.
It's stern.
It is very.
You know what's got to be done.
It's real stern.
And.
I mean,
Okay, but it's because I'm getting scolded on the other end of the phone. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. And
I'm the weakest link.
He says that because he wants to retire. Just lay up and let us, just because we can do it.
He's trying to.
I would love so bad to just ride off in the sunset.
Yeah.
And I'm like, misery loves company, baby. Like, I need you
my
to be in
debit
the
card work. We good. I need my debit card to work now.
And I don't know. It's just crazy how, like 4 years ago, I started in the office and I had no office help, and with just the amount of jobs that we have going on and just the opportunities, like we've done the Idea Bank, we do tons of stuff for the university. Yeah. We just did the remodel on Zaxby's. We do church, like flat roofs. Opportunities. And Randy, in the B&I group, he does our education moment, and, he said something about, if you build your network, your net worth grows. And I was like that, Randy, that was good. That was Randy.
Shout out
That's
Randy.
good, Randy.
Randy Bruner.
So, and that's, I feel like that, he already had, like the word of mouth, but, I'm a little social butterfly. So, I've actually gone out in the community and, like me, joined the B&I group. I just, that was definitely out of my comfort zone, and I was so nervous, but I think that is just, you're just like me, like if you build your network, just about just somebody that like I might not know somebody, but I might not be the one that can do it, but I know somebody that can do it. And I want to be that community source. I want us to, like, if we can't get it done, let's be the helping hand to somebody that, that can do it. Let's help the community, local business. Like we need to support our local businesses.
And building your network in a quality way, building, not just showing up to a networking event and passing out business cards, but having conversations with people and listening to what they have to say and creating a relationship with them, which is what you guys do.
And, and how he was saying how, even with Jody Kent, we have relations, even though Jody Kent is our work, colleague, I think of him as a friend. When I call him, I'm like, yo, what's up? I want to make everybody that I deal with, now, do they know that, sometimes I might call and, I'm, on my, I'm on something? Yes. But, I want, when my subcontractors, talk to me that, I'm a positive, I want to be a positive person. I always tell my friends and stuff, you better let the light of Jesus shine today. And I want to say that to myself too. We need to be a light. You don't know what else somebody else is dealing with in relationships. Just I also want to be super business and be professional, but for somebody to feel hey, she's doing her job, but I want to walk away with if she I want to, if you need a gallon of milk and, you can't get out, I want you to, I could call Abby. I want to be that person that, to have a relationship with. Not just, I'm showing up to pick up this check because we just did this work. If you have a problem or if you have a question, it's my job to make sure you are, content with this project. You're happy. Our motto is, where we build strong and we always have you covered. And, because your roof and quality and just relationships. Like, I want the homeowners, like, when we leave, like, that wasn't business. Like, wow, like, I felt like I just really got to know them. Like, I know her. And that's what I want. And I feel like that is one of the reasons why we're so, because we make it personal.
Yeah.
We'll let it tell the homeowner, if you have a problem, you call us, not your neighbor.
Because we can't fix it if we don't know. Like, I could, like, the chicken wing, like, it's so small, but it's such a big idea. Like, it could have been.
Could turn into a huge problem.
It could have been, but it's just, and, just like having your hat in your hand when you mess up, and the homeowner is always right.
Yeah.
The homeowner's always right.
Well,
oh, yeah.
maybe not always.
I mean, not always. They're not always right,
but we treat them that way.
Yes.
Well, y'all are doing an amazing job. Congratulations on all of your growth and success. And just before we wrap it up, closing thoughts, Mr. David, what is a tip you might give to someone who is thinking about stopping their full-time job to take a leap of faith?
I'd almost tell them not to do it. It can backfire. I don't know. I'd tell them to do it. Chase your dreams. You got to have a dream. I love to dream.
Yes, you got to.
You got to dream.
And Abby, what would you tell someone in school not really trying to figure out what they want to do?
I would just, do something that makes you happy. Find something that you love because, like you said, at the end of the day, if you love what you do, you're not going to get burnt out on it. And just follow your heart and don't let money, I feel like the dollar signs, like, get in the way of, like, a lot of success because you're just focused on, like, being a billionaire. But, like, that comes, like, years. Like, you need to build network and relationships and do the right thing, whether that's, if you're losing money, there's been so many jobs where, like, we've lost money, but guess what? We walked away with the homeowner happy. And so I just feel like he told me, I know this is little, but a problem is something money can't fix. And I would always go into a mindset, even in life, not even just business, like, health and just, having your family and having a home and, just always don't let money be in the middle of it. And just always remember who you are. And just, I think that would be my biggest thing.
Well, that's great tips from both of you. An amazing story. It was fun getting to know the family tree. I feel like I should have a seat at the dinner table.
I mean, we'll talk business.
Where can people find you to learn more about Taylor Construction for all of their...
We have a Facebook page, Taylor Construction and Roofing. We have a website, taylorconstructionandroofing.com. Call me, 334-657-7542, and we offer all commercial and residential home improvements, roofs, and we give free estimates, and we'd love to just get to know you. Not even if you don't have nothing to do, we love to talk. We love to cook. Just invite us. Just call us.
Just call Abby.
We'd love to help. Just call Abby. But thank y'all so much for having us. This is awesome.
You're
Y'all are
welcome.
awesome.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, Jonas.
Okay, I feel like we got a lot of good tea
I did too.
from that episode.
Yeah.
I do feel like we've earned a seat at the Taylor
I know.
family.
I need to be in the tree.
Yeah, can we add ourselves in here? Okay. We can
This-
branch off
this
Abby.
page.
Yeah, we can branch off Abby. We've got the Taylor family tree. I'm about to print it up and put it on the wall of the Idea of All podcast. But no, in all seriousness, I loved hearing that story. I loved kind of getting to know their family dynamics.
Yeah.
If you ever need construction help or roofing, definitely check out Taylor Construction. Or if you want I'm mad because I didn't get to dive too much into Covey Point. They mentioned Covey Point a few times, and we're going to have to maybe
We might have to get John David.
Yes, John David, we're coming for you. We're going to have to get him on because I have a lot of questions about that business too. But yeah, they're awesome. So thank you to the Taylor family for all that you're doing and for coming on our show. Next up, we've got a lot going on here at the Idea Bank. So coming up next, our next episode is going to be with our pitch competition winner. Mm-hmm. We are actually in the midst of a pitch competition here at the Idea Bank. We've been working on it all semester. We have 9 student contestants that are pitching their ideas for a chance to win a couple $1,000. coming up this
Yeah.
Wednesday, December 4th. That pitch competition is at 10 a.m. here at the Idea Bank, open to the public. You're welcome to come see the pitches, and then the person who wins that competition will come in for an interview, and we'll get to dive into what their idea is
Yeah.
and what they're going to do next. So I'm really excited about that.
I
It'll be a
am
little
too.
different one.
Yeah, that's going to be such a fun day.
Yeah.
Because that night we have Jingle Fest. And Jingle Fest is our annual holiday market. So we'll have a ton of student vendors, a ton of student businesses set up in the Idea Bank. We'll have a great holiday vibes. Santa will be here.
Santa's coming!
It's
Oh
gonna
my
be-
God!
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. So that starts at 4 o'clock that
Yes.
afternoon.
Yes.
It's going to be a fun day.
So December 4th, join us here. 10 a.m. pitch competition, 4 p.m. Jingle Fest. Come get some holiday shopping done and celebrate with us before we go off for Christmas break.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a great episode.
Yes.
It was fun having the Taylor family on.
Yes,
We'll be
absolutely.
back in 2 weeks.
Thank you all for watching.